Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the first tournament of the year, Portugal Grand Prix. And in this video, we'll just have a look at the three Japanese guys competing at under 60 and under 66. At under 60, we've got Fukuda, a real newaza specialist, such a highlight to watch. Adachi as well at under 60, and then under 66, just the one guy, Hattori. So Fukuda, I haven't actually seen him in a while. The last time I actually saw him was here competing at a 10-day training camp against Moriyama. And have a look at this Uchimata. So you can really see here there are levels to the game. Moriyama upper weight class, but still really throwing Fukuda quite impressively there. But back to the action. So this is the first contest for Fukuda, and it was a very strange one. So there were a couple of situations, and I'm going to show you the first one here, where Fukuda, he got into newaza, he got into osaikomi. Here it is here, and the ref doesn't say osaikomi. And Fukuda's looking at him, and he's kind of like, what's going on? And then he eventually says, osaikomi, hey, this is osaikomi. And I'm pretty sure, eventually Fukuda's opponent does get out here, but it could have been a wazari. Definitely held him down for about 10 seconds in that first exchange. And then it happened again, and I'm really not sure what this ref was thinking. If it happened the first time, and Fukuda's kind of saying to you, hey, osaikomi, wouldn't you kind of think if you saw it again that you would be pretty quick not to miss it again? So you can see here Fukuda wrapped up the legs, just needs to secure that upper body a little bit more. Here he is, he's going to roll it over again. So you see those legs definitely wrapped around the body. He's got definitely osaikomi now, and Fukuda is looking at the referee again. You can see in the top left Fukuda's coach also signaling to the ref that it is osaikomi. And Fukuda just taking a couple of glances at the clock here. I think he's wondering, how much time did I lose holding this guy down? So the first round, a bit of an odd one, but nonetheless gets it done with his classic newaza. Into the second round now, against Wolzak from Israel. And starts off very aggressive here, Fukuda, getting a wazari within the first exchange. And then he keeps his foot on the gas, keeps looking for a variety of techniques. So it's good to see that Fukuda not just focusing on the ground, not just using his newaza, but also looking for scores on the feet as well. A little bit of ashiwaza, looking for the osoto here. Almost gets it. And this was a close one. Almost gets the seoinage here. But then after this, things kind of turn in the favor of Wolzak. Here's a nice attempt. Fukuda had to do well to stop that attempt there. Kind of surprised he didn't jump on him, try to look for the newaza. But in this next exchange, Wolzak just goes for the same thing again. This time, he gets it. And so Ippon here, drop down seoinage, Wolzak gets it and knocks out Fukuda. So I definitely wasn't expecting such an early exit for Fukuda. I was kind of hoping he was going to win it, to be honest, but it is what it is, and he'll be back. Right, next up, this is Adachi Yusei, and to be honest, I'm not too familiar with who he is, but he's got a nice ochigari. So definitely a different style to Fukuda, much more on the feet, looking for big techniques. And here's a really nice one. Sore suri komigoshi, gets it done. Notice the little shuffle, kind of starts the rotation before he drops down there. So good 2 throws in his first contest, but in the next round, unfortunately, gets thrown here for wazari within the first couple of seconds of the match. Now, this next exchange, let me know what you think. Should Adachi get a point here? Goes in for the throw, turns it in the other way, and blue, landing on his back. No real technique, but still, initiated a technique and got his opponent on his back. They did give it a wazari to begin with, and then took it away. So Adachi on the back foot a little bit. Nice attack here, and I'm a little disappointed that he couldn't capitalize on this opportunity. Good defense by blue. Avoids the score, avoids the newaza as well. So unfortunately, just like Fukuda, Adachi also out early. No repechage for either of those guys. And then upper weight class at under 66, we've got Hattori. We've seen Hattori before. He took gold at the Asian Games last year, so that's why he's here. Osoto for wazari. And then in the next exchange, just a really textbook ochigari seals the deal. And you can see here in his second contest against Kaya, That ochigari of his is a really, really good technique. I mean, look at this, the balance, and then the redirection this way. Would have been nice to see a uronage right here, but I don't think Hattori has that in his arsenal. So doing well against Kaya, really dominating the left versus right grips here. You can see Kaya, he's kind of forced to take a grip around the back. And we saw a sumigaishi attempt there, also ochigari and osoto previously. And in this sequence here, just kind of mixes it all together. Here's the sumigaishi, gets up again, threatening with the ochi, the kochi, and then the osoto. So golden score, enough for an ippon, and that's a good win for him, getting past Kaya. Next up, he's against Leopard from Estonia, and there's that ochigari again, starting it with an uchimata, and then following with the leg. And when I think of Hattori, I don't really think of his newaza that much, but you can see here, he gets a really nice turnover, hand through the belt. Everyone is doing that these days. And of course, everyone at the lightweights, I mean, under 60, under 66. I think these days, from the Japanese team, most people are going to be really, really good at both newaza and tachiwaza. So he gets a hold down here, and that puts him through to the quarterfinals. Lots of matches for Hattori on this day. And this is against Suleimanov from Azerbaijan. And I'm not too sure what happened here. Something happened to his elbow. But for me, it just kind of looked like a standard kind of grip break, to be honest. But anyway, the match continues. After this, Hattori, I mean, kind of went on the aggressive a little bit. There's that ochigari again, this time getting a score. And looking for the newaza, doesn't get it. But still, stays a wazari up. And then Suleimanov, I mean, he looks for all sorts of attacks, but doesn't really get anything going. Hattori just a little bit faster to the grips, a little bit faster to the throws. And eventually, Suleimanov, he picked up his third Shido, and that put Hattori all the way into the semi-final. And his opponent, Abuladze from Russia, gets an early score in the contest here. They initially give it a wazari, and then there is a little bit of a newaza scramble here. If you don't know Abuladze, he's very good on the ground, gets a lot of wins from this position, kind of looking for a reverse kesegatame. But Hattori, I mean, he eventually gets pinned here, and then he does well to escape this. Watch the escape. This is really quite nice. Bridge is over. He's not too worried about the attack on his arm. Gets his head out here, rolls over, and that is Toketa for the newaza. But this here, they did go back and rule it an ippon, so that's unfortunate for him. And then he went through into the bronze medal contest. So this is it here, guys. Hattori comes out looking a little bit nervous, to be honest. And he's up against Bunchik. Now, this is the last exchange here of the contest. Hattori looked for several kind of opportunities on the ground, and he did finally get a good one here. So secures the upper body first. Looking for a knee slide. Bunchik doing well to kind of grab the opposite leg, but he loses that grip. Ends up coming out, and then Hattori into kind of a variation of Yoko Shiho Gatame. And Bunchik, I mean, doing kind of well. I'm not sure what I would do differently in this situation. Kind of throwing the arm there between the legs is usually a good option, but definitely think also that arm kind of underneath the shoulder problematic as well. But Hattori doing well, ends up getting a bronze medal, so hopefully we'll see more of him in the future. Anyway guys, that's it from me. I'll see you later. Peace.